the front row. Remember that as a takeaway. With that, let me turn things over to our next presenter. Let me make sure that you're all squared away with our video here as well. And let's see. Oh, that's because it's on. That's us. I think if you be right here.
Hello, everybody. My name is Andrew William. I'm a graduating P4 pharmacy student here at the University of Pittsburgh. And my presentation today, I'm just going to be talking about my APPE research and academia rotation that I completed with Dr. Ravi Patel over the last 5 weeks. So just to begin, I was thinking about how I would want to get involved in research and networking without really having a prior basis of doing so. I thought this was probably the skill that I was lacking most as I approached graduation as a P4. So I wanted to address that in this rotation, and I'm very thankful for the way that it was set up that allowed me to work with Ravi to tailor the experience to my personal professional needs. But I also had to maintain an open mind and learn through new opportunities how to do various things like networking, meeting with companies, etc. So just to briefly touch on the learning experiences I had over the last 5 weeks, I was able to read through 2 different books, the first of which being Sprint by Jake Knapp, and the other being Good to Great by James Collins. I was able to glean a lot of useful information. For example, from Sprint, they talked about having a game plan to take an idea and make it a reality within the week. And that seems like a really wild goal. But when you read through their protocols for doing so, it kind of makes sense as to getting your ideas out and functional, making sure that they can become a reality, and then working on all the details and steps afterwards. I was also able to view a few Y Combinator seminars, which I was able to hear from various innovators in the field, and attend a few workshops. First of which being a health tech workshop where we got to work with various health tech companies and kind of help evaluate where their stakeholders were. And then an AI workshop where we got to work with ChatGPT and Midjourney and kind of understanding how those innovative tools can help us establish our ideas and bring them to reality in a more efficient manner. In terms of research, professional development, and other projects that I worked on, I was able to assist with clinical perceptions of social determinants of health poster, which I believe we will be hearing more about later. Also with Dr. Ravi Patel, I was able to work on a smart speaker scoping review. So what we were doing for that was reviewing articles that talked about the use of smart speakers, specifically Amazon Echo, Google Home, etc. These type of chat bot speakers in use for healthcare. So I was able to go over some of the articles that are being reviewed for the scoping review, make sure they fit within the criteria, update the information that we had, and submitted all these corrections to the research writers. One other project I was able to work on was a low-code, no-code product page for the Digital Therapeutics Alliance. Through my work with Ravi, I noticed that the Digital Therapeutics Alliance product page for their products that they offer digitally to their users was a little outdated, not very patient-forward, and didn't really have a lot of functionality that you kind of expect from most databases nowadays. So I was able to create an Airtable with all of the data that the DTX website had to offer, and create a new functional program with search functionality and a scrollable page here that shows useful information to patients or customers looking for specific products. So you can search by a condition and see exactly what the product is specifically targeted for, how it works, its place in therapy, and what to expect. And clicking on any of these products would take you to the full product page, including all the research, legal information, etc. Other than that, I was able to help with a lot of the Pharmacy Innovations Lab tasks, such as updating our emailing list, as Ravi mentioned earlier, and creating some videos to help with navigation for future meetings. And through our experience, I had a lot of meetings with other PIT faculty members to discuss academia, academic changes going on at Pitt Pharmacy, as well as meeting with pharmaceutical companies like Gilead and Alkermes to discuss innovative research projects in the future. Another great experience I was able to glean was meeting with the Center of Educational Innovation. Not even directly with my own work, but being able to observe how they were able to work with the programs that the Innovation Lab had worked on previously was a great experience. And from this, I was able to truly say that now I feel like I'm at a point where, as a pharmacist, I can network and have my feet dug in enough into the research experience that I'll be able to continue that as a professional. So to anyone who is approaching the end of their pharmacy academic career or might be looking to get involved in innovation, I think that this rotation is a great way to get started with that. Any questions or concerns?
Definitely chime in. I'm very biased, so you could still save them with a question if you have any. What's the biggest difference between what you expected coming into your 5-week experience and what you ended up with? Was there any expectation or surprise for you?
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest upside that I wasn't really expecting from my rotation was just the variety of work that we did on a weekly basis. As I detailed, there were a lot of different experiences that I was able to glean over this 5 weeks. And I think spacing it out and working through different things at various stages in the rotation allowed me to kind of see how innovative work both takes time and scheduling to accomplish.
Well, thank you, Andrew. Another quick round of applause as we have thank you. All right. As we continue on, our next section has a brief update. So